started to say was, well, fuck it. I'm just going to be interested in what I'm interested in. And if it resonates with me, I'm going to take it to heart, mull it over, and then use it. And then see what the results are. If I like the results, I'll keep doing it. What I started to realize was that I seem to like all the results from all the shit I'm doing. So it begins a pattern of good shit happening when you begin to trust yourself and not second guess yourself. You know what I'm saying? So hard.
Reacting, meaning that you've watched others go through things or spouts of anger, and you've seen how they reacted with anger. So you assume you're supposed to follow the same suit, the same pattern. But no, you're here to be different. You are here to produce a different spin or polarity. Because clearly, whatever motion or movement we're in right now is not in our accord.
This matrix, whatever you want to call it, dimension, whatever you want to call it, is actually made in love. It really is. But what you got to understand is that we're in a reverse matrix. So when you write out love, spell it backwards, it spells evil. When you spell live backwards, it spells live. Because they got to understand, no matter what religion, you can go to the Yorubas or anybody, when they say who created this world and where are we in a prison planet, we're cut off from the rest of the universe. A lot of people here can't access their gifts, they can't access their clairs, and this is all done by design. So what
you have to be tired of the past. Like, life is like a video game. So you're going to get the same karmic cycles until you pass the mission, until you can move on to other things. Mm-hmm. So it might not be with the same person, but it might be with a similar energy or a similar life circumstance that keeps coming to you because there's something that you're not completing, right? Mm-hmm. So you have to really get tired of that. Once you get tired of it and decide, that's how I got into my path, because I knew I wanted a different way in relationships. And I'm just like, I'm not doing this again. It's like you have to really take a moment and be like, I'm not doing this shit again. What do I have to do to not experience this reality again?
In the dots, this is like really a pet peeve of mine as far as in the metaphysical world, is how they try and say the Renaissance from the Dark Ages to the Renaissance was like, oh, a time of great discovery and this and that and all that hogwash, when in reality it was them trying to kill off the ancient Egyptians and the Moors, and they stole all the knowledge and went into the Dark Ages, and then when they came out, all of the prior paintings that were black mysteriously, magically were white.
That's when I started to look more inside of myself about like what's going on here, and ask myself, you know, go more in and take the more inner perspective of what's going on, and kind of shy away from, you know, the movements that are out there, and do more inner movements. So more or less outer movements with, you know, yelling and, you know, having these expectations for the government, and, you know, moving a lot of stuff from the inside. And that's when I was saying that I was making the transition from this psychological warfare into the spiritual warfare.
This affirmation is amazing by Henry David Thoreau.
Okay.
It says, if one advances confidently in the direction of his dreams and endeavors to live the life which he has imagined, he will meet with a success unexpected. He will put things behind that will pass and will pass invisible boundaries, new and universal and even more liberal laws will begin to establish themselves around him and within him, and the old laws will either be expanded and interpreted in his favor in a more liberal sense, and he will live with the license of a higher order of being. There's a whole lot of words that says, if you just believe in your dreams and keep working towards it, the universe will bend and fold to make it work for you. It will give you what you need to have to achieve that dream. If you just have that dream, believe in that dream and follow it. So you'll say an affirmation like,
going through Bobby Emmett
archive lectures from 20 years ago. I couldn't use a lot of that back then because it wasn't for back then. It was a forewarning about times to come. But when I listen to it now, I can use it, I can interpret it, I can repurpose it. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot that I can do with it because its time has arrived. It's seasoned enough that now it's gourmet. You feel me? Now you can't put a price on it because it's not hypothetical. Now it's a prophecy. It has supporting affidavits. You know what I'm saying? It's qualified itself.
Raised me to ask questions to everybody. I don't care who. So I always had questions about the Bible and questions on why it say it like this and why it say this. And, you know, then you grow up and you start learning. And, you know, I just start studying. That's really what I started doing. Nobody told me to do it. I just got tired of not knowing what I was talking about.
And if anybody watch my channel, they know from over the time, I don't look to get into drama with nobody. But to have every now and again, I got to come out in the open and really, you know, talk my shit and be on my shit. Because people take kindness for weakness. They figure because you know, you're spiritual. Like, I shock a lot of people.
As iron sharpens iron, as you have come here for us to embark on a metaphysical journey, please understand this gem you sparked for us, read me, to uncover. Easy and special cannot possibly occupy the same space.
What? Say that again, Geoff. Say that again, Geoff.
Easy and special cannot occupy the same space.
Because it's man-made. Nothing made by nature evolves like that. It acts weird like that. Nature has a certain rhythm and frequency and pattern and style of how it goes, whereas man is chaotic and make chaotic shit. And so this is the true way to understand that, or to know that this was man-made. And Bill Gates coming out with a picture of it on a TED Talk 5 years ago, before this shit actually happened. Come on, man. You gotta be an idiot. You gotta be an idiot to believe this nigga ain't behind it. And all of a sudden, this nigga is the foremost voice on fucking coronavirus, a fucking computer nigga.
Facts.
How the fuck are you the foremost?
Facts.
The foremost voice on fucking on viruses.
That maybe not like what I do, because I do believe in different philosophies. I do read a lot about a lot of religions and how they coincide and connect together, because they all seem to have a common thread. And that's what I enjoy. So the common thread normally with each is going within. And a lot of people don't want to own their personal power. They would rather give it away and pray or honor something that is beyond themselves. And that's the unfortunate part. That's where the control, I feel, lies with religion. They get to control people's decisions because people don't know how to trust themselves.
And I always tell people, study, if you're born on a certain day, always study the people that might be born on the same day you're born, so you can find out what they're doing, what made them successful. That means it's something that's in you, that's part of you, that can make you successful, either at a low level or high level, but it's totally up to you to do the work and put that work in to get it all done. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
But because they know the frequencies of music, that's why they use it in a negative way. I mean, There's good and bad forces on this planet, and I always say that spiritually there is good, and spiritually there's bad. And there are people that want to taint us and make us think certain things or feel certain emotions that are dark and heavy or negative. That's why I keep the news off as much as possible. But I'm living with my parents right now, and they play it a lot. I'm like, oh, the news is so, like, you got 24 hours of negativity going through your brain, programming you. Yeah. And they use music the same way. So